remembered us both speaking up on this guy right here. Yeah, had got on the witness stand on us or whatever and pointed us out and was like, and so he was like, man, I asked him like, so what about, these two guys? They're still in prison. And he said, dude just immediately dropped his head and was just like, I never really saw him. It was just the pressure was on me. I was facing another charge myself. I think he had like a manslaughter charge or something for, they had tried to do a carjacking. And some guy ended up shooting the other guy that he was with. And they charged him with the homicide because it was in the midst of, I guess, a robbery. But, he just was telling him like, they was pressuring me, saying they knew that it was them. We just need you to get up here and say it was them. And you're already facing charges if you want leniency on your situation. So they basically, just kind of got him to say whatever they wanted him to say, to get some time off on his situation. So, but he just was kind of, I guess when he talked to Eric, he just kind of, it had been like in his conscious all these years, and he said, he asked him, man, would you be willing to come forward now? Like, you've been holding this in for all these years, And he was just like, man, I'm just tired of holding it in. I really need to tell the truth, And so I guess he sit down with the guy and did like an interview and talked to him, and he kind of broke it down everything that he went through with the situation. And so Eric Cullen, the investigator I'm talking about, he played a major role in helping us. Like, he was the first one to get that statement from those guys and kind of got the ball rolling in that direction to connect with the Innocence Project. And they could, because initially when I wrote the Innocent Project, they were just doing DNA cases. And we didn't have DNA. We didn't get convicted through DNA. So it really wasn't, they said, we're just doing DNA right now. And then later on, they said, well, now we're starting to look more into eyewitness testimony and things like that are really faulty. We're starting to learn that, so many people get convicted just on simple eyewitness testimony.
So it was a 5-year legal process.
Yeah.
And you're out of jail.
Yeah.
What does
Yes.
it feel like to walk out of jail after 21 years and 8 months?
Oh, wow. It was amazing. It was, I don't know. I mean, it was almost like a movie or something. Like, it took a minute for me to just grasp the fact that I was outside and I was free. Like, I had to just stand there and just look, you know what I mean? Just kind of take it all in. And it was, I'm still taking it in. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I've only been out a few months, so it's still times that I still can wake up and walk outside and just, make sure, okay, yeah, make sure I can still open my door on my own and go outside and, listen to the birds or whatever, feel the cool breeze. And, there's not any guards standing out there with guns pointed down to make sure I don't escape from this, dungeon. So I'm not in there anymore. And that just, it just feels wonderful, you know what I mean? Every day.
After you got out, you did a press conference.
Yeah.
And they said, what are your plans?
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember what you said?
I think it was was it personal? Did I speak up on the personal training? I'm not sure. I think it was.
You said, I'll tell you what you said.
What did I say? Oh, yeah, run.
You said you didn't know. You were just going to go get in a jacuzzi. That was
Oh, yeah. And I did get in the jacuzzi. I got me a jacuzzi. We went to the Hard Rock Cafe. The Innocence Project, the lawyers, they helped us. They paid for a hotel room for us, and yeah, it was nice. The
But
jacuzzi.
you didn't have a plan. You didn't know what you wanted to do.
No, yeah. I mean, the initial plan, just I guess that was at that moment, like, but as far as my bigger plans, I've been, developing those for a very long time. So, but at that moment, it was like, I just want to get out of here. Just, what I mean, a jacuzzi is just sounds so free. You know what I mean? I mean, I hadn't took a bath in over 20 years. Like, all we could take was showers. So to be able to lay back and just enjoy that, the bubbles, hey, it was like, yeah, I'm home, so
How did you start to figure out how you were going to get back into society and build your future?
I'm still figuring it out. But hey, you just you get in there. You know what I mean? You just can't be afraid to get in there and move around. Because I'm just like now I'm just taking advantage of every opportunity that I have. You know, the things that I've wanted to do and the things I dreamed about all those years that I missed out on, and some things you can't get back. But for what I can do now, live from this moment forward, I'm gonna live. I'm gonna enjoy life as much as I possibly can. I mean that's why I say I was talking to her about it, and she was like, you seem like you don't have time to do much other if you're working and going to school. I'm gonna make time to have fun. I mean, I make sure I make time for fun. So
You were talking about how you went to Texas.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you drove past.
Drove
the
past.
window.
Yes, yeah. It just was like one of those feelings where you want to smile and cry at the same time because you have those tears of emotion that you know what it's like on that other side. You remember that, but now you're smiling because you're on the other side now. And to ride past, it was like I'm in one of those cars. One of those cars that I used to see going by all the time when I was looking out that window of life. You know what I mean? And so I'm in that car now. So it was really good feeling. It was really good.
You are doing a lot to work toward your future.
Yeah.
Talk about what you're doing.
Well, I'm going to college now. Taking up health and human performance is my major, actually. I want to be a personal trainer for the athletes and a nutritionist as well. So that's a passion that has grown in me. Like I said, I was really big on sports all my life, and just so I want to kind of build up some athletes and kind of get them. I think I have that drive. I can help maybe even make some professionals out there, but and also just my family as well. I think nutrition is something that's very important. You know, in the system, I did get to hear about childhood obesity and things like that, which has been a major increase. I mean, I knew it had to be a big issue for the president's wife to get involved in nutrition so strongly, and I started to see like the youth, we're not taking good care of our bodies as we should, so and with even within my family, with diabetes and heart problems and issues and health issues that have been going on in my family, I think it's very important that someone, in our family is paying attention to that and kind of maybe even assisting in my own family success and health because, life is good. But yeah.
Do you want to go outside?
I mean, I think it'll be okay with the window light. It'll look different than the rest of it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. But
So there's someone that you met at the gym
yeah.
that changed a lot of things for you.
Oh yeah. I met Ronnie Alderman. He's with Goodwill. Yeah, Ronnie. He's a good dude. this guy. I mean, this guy is the coolest guy. Like, I'm at the gym. Me and DeMarco Carpenter, my co-defendant on the case, we were both at the Y downtown, and so we're working out, and we see, this old guy, older white guy with white hair even, and he jumps up on the pull-up bar and just started doing these crazy push-ups, pull-ups. I mean, he's calling them Spider-Man pull-ups, and it's got all types of different exercises in one going, and I'm like, how is this old man doing all this stuff? So I was like, I'm the one in here, like, thinking I'm the guy. So he's like, man, doing this, and so I talked to him. I'm like, man, what do you call that? He's like, I call those the Spider-Man pull-ups. And I'm like, yeah, they look like something out of a comic book or something, but. So we just we laughed and we kind of got to talking, and we kind of went over a little bit. He was asking me, and I was like, man, all this is brand new to me, man. So I've never even been in a jail. He's like, where you been? I was like, man, I just got out of prison. I was like, after almost 22 years. He was like, wow. I'm like, yeah, for something I didn't even do. So we kind of got to talking, and he was telling me that he worked with Goodwill, and I was telling him, man, I'm looking for me a job now, and get me some employment. I don't like just idle time. I want to get on it, and stuff like that. And he was like, man, I can help you, and he was telling me he was with the Goodwill and things like that, talking about helping people with getting jobs and getting started on life, and a little program that they had going, from guys that's kind of like our situation. And so we just kind of talking. He immediately started making calls right then, and I was like, while we were at the gym. So I think he had connected with the Goodwill president or somebody, and he set it up for me, like, man, I can get you in this forklifting class. And he was like, because he had asked me, like, what would you like to do? What was the kind of things that you would like to do? I was like, man, I want something kind of active. I don't, I'm not really good with the sitting and pushing just the paper. So I like to be moving around. And so he, looked into that, and he said, I can get you into this forklifting class or whatever and stuff like that. And, so I was like, cool, man. And we exchanged numbers, and he ended up calling me, and we hooked up, and that's how I got with, the Goodwill and stuff.
So what is your job now? What are you doing now?
I'm working at a blending company, and basically I'm they call a lab tech, and what I do is basically like inspect and make sure that everybody, like in each section, is doing their part to make sure these drinks and stuff get made, because they make like a lot of energy drinks and special blend teas, and so, and they bottle them up, and you got one section, this guy, they do nothing but bottles, they handle nothing but the bottles. And then you may have the people that handle nothing but like the caps, making sure they're on properly and things like that. You got people that's, the fillers that's putting the juice in the bottles. So all these different things go into just making a bottle of juice or energy drink, that I didn't even realize even. You never even think that just in that it's a whole lot of different parts. You got people just putting on labels and making sure those are on properly. And we had to do a lot of inspection and stuff like that. That's basically what I'm doing now. At first, the other part that I was doing, I was in the blending section, where I was actually one of the guys that was putting the juices together. And I had to drive a forklift to go back and forth to get these big old bags of product, sugar or even, different, juices and stuff that goes into it. Because they're making these huge. So think about it, everything is big. It's not like they're just making that one bottle. They're making gallons and gallons at a time. So
How does it feel to be independent? Yeah.
I'm gonna grab another bag.
independent, it feels really good. I mean, to not have someone else making all the decisions for you anymore feels really good. It's like a relief now. I don't have someone telling me when I can go to breakfast, when I can leave my house, when I can go into it. You know, I can go to the gym when I want to go to the gym anytime. You know, it's not when they decide. So it's just having that freedom of independence to make your own choices for your life is really great. It's a really great feeling. I mean, that was like one of the major things I think coming out was like, I don't want to be living off anybody. That's why I was so quick to want to get a job and, you know, and get started in life, you know, where I could take care of myself. I didn't want to be sitting up, you know, just depending on someone else and still making, you know, it would be like almost like I'm still in there. So it was, you know, independence, you know, feels really good. Like I said, I can wake up, you know, I can, you know, walk around my house and be like, this is all me. You know what I mean? I can lay back and relax and chill, you know, watch TV, whatever it is that I want to do. You know, if I just want to go outside on the little patio, little balcony I got, and just look out, I can do that anytime I want to. You know, even if it's, you know, 3 o'clock in the morning, if I want to do it. You know, it's my privilege to do. So, just the little things.
Is there any reason why you left Tulsa?
Yeah. I mean, I kind of wanted to concentrate more on like my education and things like that, and get away from, you know, the same old area. You know, those things are still kind of there. Like, you know, I got caught up in this situation right here in Tulsa, so I kind of wanted to, you know, I just felt more comfortable getting away from it for a little while and being on my own. And, you know, like I said, I want to be able to concentrate on my education and school and things like that. And also, like, see something different, you know, different environment and things like that as well. And I have some really good people, friends of mine, that live in Muskogee as well in the area. And, they kind of encouraged me as well. These are really good people. I had, when I was incarcerated, uh, I met a girl. She was a really good girl. We became very good friends, very close friends. And her name was Crystal Gaunt. And she was one of the people that really, you know, stood by me during my situation. You know, she, you know, kind of helped me through it, and, you know, someone I could really talk to, and, you know, and she ended up passing away of cervical cancer. And before she passed away, though, I mean, I kind of went through the process with her. She went through the fight for a little over a year, and, you know, it was to go through that with somebody that, you know, you come close to and you care about. It was a different type of situation that I've never felt. You know, I mean, I've lost other people to cancer in my family, but I wasn't there, like, talking to them and going through it every day with them. So it's a different situation going through it with somebody that you're really close to and you care about, and watching them, you know, the life, you know, being taken like that. It was really a strange situation. But before she had passed, like, you know, because before, like, the Innocence Project came into my life and helped me and things like that, and that process that you were just speaking of, on the 5-year process, before that I knew her. And before that, there was time that, you know, my appeal process had basically went out, and they said, you know, it's pretty much, you know, sealed. You're not really, you know, there's really much nothing else we can do for you. And, you know, was like, man, and I had told her, like, you know, you might as well go on with your life. I don't, you know, but she said to me, she said, no, she says, I was taught that, you know, everybody needs somebody. And no matter what, if you ever get out of there, or if you don't, I'll always be your friend. And, you know, I'll be here for you. And so to lose her, it was really, you know, it was tough. And so, but before she passed, she told her family, she asked them, just would you look out for him, you know? And they have been there for me, like a second family to me. Her mother and her father and her sister, they're like, since, she passed and, even before, they've just been there for me. It's really good people. They helped me get my apartment. They helped me get it furnished. They've been helping me. Like, she sent me a driver's ed book. I've never had a license before this. And so I had to learn how to drive and things like that. And the family, has been very supportive of me and everything like that. And like I said, like a second family to me, and welcomed me right in, you know. And any little small things I may need assistance. They helped me get into Connors College as well because they were alumni as well. And, so that's one of the reasons I made the decision to move out there, so it's kind of in there, in that, and going to school and things like that. So
there are stereotypes about what black men can do after they get out of prison.
yeah.
What do you think your story teaches those people?
Well, that is, just, I don't know who said that, but I know much better than that. I've been blessed to see witnesses to members of my family who went on to be much more, and do more in life, and I know that I'm far from even the typical person. My situation is far from typical. My fight has been so far above normal that I could never just be put into any type of stereotype or typical type of black man. You know what I mean? First of all, I'm my own man. And, if I could fight through that, if I could learn to make my way through that type of situation there, then I know that I can be successful out here as well. I can do that, and the examples that I've seen in life show me that also. I mean, there's no way that I feel like too that I wasn't given this second chance to get out here just to be nothing. No, there's no way possible. God gave me this chance for a reason, and I know that this is just the beginning, and I know that I'm going to be successful. I know that there's going to be big things happening in my life in the future, and stereotypes, they don't even apply to me. They don't even apply to me because not only am I just a black man, but I am a man. Period. I am a human being. So I don't just put myself into just one little category. So stereotypes can't apply to me. I've had to rise above that. I've had to, because I know and understand that, the color, of the skin cannot dictate or predict, where my life goes or the direction that it goes in. I'm much bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? So, because I've learned to connect with people from all walks of life. When I see the things that's going on in society that, and it's easy to get sucked up into it, where you see things and people like, we got to protest this going on with, black men were getting killed by the police or whatever, and you hear this, what's going on, and it's like you want to get caught up into it in the negative aspect. But for me, in my experiences in life, I've seen different. I've seen that, there's love coming from every walk, every, race, a character, people, when that's real, and as long as that's true, as long as there is love, as long as it's that, I know that I can never be limited by, prejudice or racism or anything, stereotypes or anything like that cannot limit me. No, because I've connected with all kinds of people, and I've seen it and experienced it in life. You know, the guys that help open doors for me. You know, it wasn't just black people that helped me, or just, you know, Hispanics that helped me, or anything like that. It was a collaboration of so many good people from all walks of life. You know, so I don't even, you know, connect with people who even live in a mentality of stereotypes. You know.
You've been out for a few months.
Yeah.
You've accomplished a lot.
Yeah.
Are you proud of yourself?
I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, I'm proud of myself, but I just feel like we're not done yet. God's not done with me. I still got a lot to do. And the good thing about it though, it's not work to me. It's not like work that I have still to do or accomplishment. This is a celebration for me. Every day that I'm out here right now is a celebration for me. Because for 20-something years, you know, I was told I would never even experience this again. I would never even see this. I would never be here with my mother again. So, every day, this is a celebration. I love you too. Yeah, so.
What has all of this taught you about how you want to live your life?
Well, I mean, I want to live life to the fullest, of course, and I feel like now, too, is not only an opportunity for me to live again, but I want to also just like, if my story, if my, you know, what I went through in life can inspire others, or I can do anything I can to inspire someone else who goes through my situation or whatever, if I can inspire them to keep pushing and keep believing, or even if it's a different type of situation, if I can just be in any way effective positively, you know, in the lives of others through what I went through, then that's a wonderful, you know, thing for me. I feel like that in itself can be a reason that I'm back out here again, you know, because I mean, I may, you know, open the door for somebody else, you know, to get a chance. I may, you know, inspire someone else who wanted to give in on life that they have made went through, and say, nah, if he made it through that, then I can too. So I just, you know, in life, that's what I think I want, is to just not let this, what I've went through, be in vain. I don't want it to be in vain. I want it to have some very, very positive and influential effects, you know, on other people. And that's, I think, what it is for me, you know. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Journalism's better than therapy.